Hello, good morning, and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. I am your host, Josh Davis, also known as Crash. Today is Saturday, January 11th, 2025. I got to get used to that 2025, Doug, but and Doug and I are here to talk about the wild card weekend. I almost said week 18, but no, it's wild card weekend of the NFL playoffs. So super excited. I know Doug's excited for the Vikings game. I'm excited for the Packers game. We'll see how they go. A little concerned that the Packers season might be ending tomorrow, but you never know. That's why they play the games. So Thank you everybody for joining us. Doug, how are you doing on this Saturday morning?
I'll be honest, I'm still waking up.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I'm good, but I'm good,
Yeah. Did you get a bunch of snow?
We got about an inch.
Oh, really? Just an inch? Okay. We got about
maybe more or less.
We got somewhere around like 5 to 6 here, I think. So we got, for
Arkansas,
for Wisconsin, nothing, but for Arkansas, it's decent.
You've gotten more snow this year than we have.
Really? That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah.
If you're new to the channel, if you would give us a like and hit the thumbs up button, then hit subscribe. After you've done those two things, hit the alarm bell. That will let you know when our newest podcast has gone live. If you're new to DFS Coach Talk in general, we have a Discord. We would love to have you join us. We have a very family-friendly, very positive and encouraging community in our Discord, and we provide full lineups on Fanduel and Yahoo, and we provide a DraftKings core for all the major sports, so for NFL, NBA, MLB, PGA, and any other sports we might cover throughout the year. So we would love to have you join us. You can hit us up on Twitter or X at DFS Coach Talk. You can email me at jpdavis1982@gmail.com. And with that being said, we will go ahead and get right into it. Looking at our game-by-game overview here, the first game is today, 3:30 p.m. Central Time. We have the Houston Texans hosting the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers are a 3-point favorite on the road, minus 150 on the money line. Pretty low over under here at 41.5. They're indoors, so there's no weather concerns. Looks like J.K. Dobbins is questionable, and it's a true questionable. We're not sure if he's going to play or not. We'll have to check and see if he's going to play. Have you heard any more news on that, Doug? Is it going to look like he's going to play?
I think he will.
You think he'll be limited at all, or
a little bit? Yeah,
a little bit. Okay. Then we have 7 o'clock Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Baltimore Ravens hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. 9.5-point favorite for Baltimore at home. I believe that's the heaviest favorite of the week.
It is.
Ravens are minus 530 on the money line with an over/under of 44. 30 degrees with the wind blowing to the west-northwest at 8 miles an hour. Then we move to the Sunday slate, 1 p.m. Eastern, Denver Broncos at Buffalo Bills. The Bills are an 8.5-point favorite at home, minus 500 on the money line, over under a 48. 31 degrees with the wind blowing to the southwest at 6 miles an hour. My dogs are playing.
I love it.
Yeah,
this is real
element. It adds that human element for sure.
And non-human.
Yeah, and non-human. Yeah, right. 4:30 p.m. Eastern, my Green Bay Packers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. Eagles are a 5-point favorite at home, minus 255 on the money line, over under a 45.5. 38 degrees with the wind blowing to the west at 3 miles an hour. Sunday night, we have the Washington Commanders at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are a 3-point favorite at home, minus 165 on the money line. Highest over-under on the weekend, I believe, at 50. 57 degrees with the wind blowing to the north-northeast at just 2 miles an hour. Then we have your Minnesota Vikings on Monday night. This game is going to be in Arizona, actually. They moved it from LA to Arizona because of all the tragic fires and everything going on out there, which thoughts and prayers definitely to everybody in the LA area and anyone being affected by those fires. We just pray that, everything will be resolved quickly. The leadership and everyone involved will know how to handle this, and this whole situation will be wrapped up soon. And I'm praying for rain. I really am. I'm praying for a heavy rain, unexpected, and get this thing taken care of. So, thoughts and
Oh
prayers.
yeah, in California, yes.
Yeah, in
Not
California.
Not Arizona. Thank
No,
you.
I'm talking about in LA
Oh,
because
good morning, Doug.
they've already postponed more NBA games too. I don't know if you saw that, but
And did you see that, Josh? Ice. Postponement because of ice.
in
Texas.
Atlanta, yeah, they're
And
postponing because of ice. Yeah, everything with the weather we got here.
Unreal.
So Monday Night Football, the Rams hosting the Vikings in Arizona at the Cardinals Stadium. Vikings are a 2.5-point favorite on the road, minus 140 on the money line with the over under 47.5. They're indoors, so there's no weather concerns. And that is the wild card weekend slate. So we'll go now to our top plays, starting at quarterback. I'm looking at Jaden Daniels in that highest projected scoring game of the weekend. 7,500 on DraftKings, 8,400 on Fanduel, $35 on Yahoo. Tampa Bay has allowed the fifth most fantasy points to quarterbacks this year. Daniels saw Tampa in his week one career, his rookie debut in Tampa, and he had 184 yards passing, but he had 88 yards on the ground, and he had 2 rushing touchdowns. So he had 28.2 DraftKings points. So he had a nice game then. He's obviously learned more of the game, and things have slowed down for him dramatically since then. So I expect him to be even better. He scored 30-plus DraftKings points in 3 of his last 5 games. So I do like Jaden Daniels a lot. This is kind of more about the price more than anything. I do like the Vikings defense, but I think Matthew Stafford, 5,700 on DraftKings. Now, this is going to be for the Saturday through Monday slate. So if you're just playing the Saturday slate or just playing the Sunday slate, this won't apply. But Saturday through Monday slate, Matthew Stafford, 5,700 on DraftKings, 7,100 on FanDuel, and just $22 on Yahoo. He has struggled of late, but he did have a good game against Minnesota earlier this year. He was 25 of 34 for 279 yards and 4 touchdowns for 25.8 DraftKings points. So even if he gets 20 at that price, it's still a good deal. So he would be my value play. And other quarterbacks I like would be Baker Mayfield. He's in a good matchup against Washington. Their defense is not very good. Obviously, Lamar Jackson is going to be a top play. I'm not as high on Josh Allen this week. It's a tough matchup with Denver's defense. Pat Surtain and those guys, they're a good pass defense. So unless he gets some yards on the ground, I don't think Josh Allen's going to have that big of a game. But Daniels, Lamar, of course, and Stafford and Baker Mayfield would be my quarterbacks this week. So who do you like a quarterback this week, Doug?
Well, okay, let's go back to Stafford. You like Stafford a lot?
I mean, like I said, it's more about his price than, if
DraftKings, yes,
8,000 or something like that, then no, I wouldn't play him. But
I love
DraftKings, yeah.
Yeah, DraftKings definitely a good play.
22 on Yahoo is pretty good too.
Yeah, it's solid, obviously. But yeah, FanDuel, that price is too much.
Oh, I forgot to mention Justin Herbert. I like him a lot too. Forgot to mention.
Yes, I think he'll have a solid game. Dobbins, I think he'll be a little limited. Just get back to that. So I think they'll rely Lamar in the pass.
Yeah,
I like that call. I like Daniels like you do. We'll play some boomer bust. Sam Darnold, 7,800 on FanDuel. Decent price. I think the Vikings have a little issue running the ball against the Rams. They've kind of tightened their run defense up of late. I mean, sure, you're looking at what 24th ranked pass defense.
Yeah.
The Rams are, and Darnold, he's only had back-to-back bad games once this year. And in fact, he's only had 2 bad games all year long at quarterback. Up until Detroit's debacle when he choked.
Yeah.
So he's either going to do really good or really bad. I'm with you on Allen. Denver's D's for real, but their pass defense has fallen up a little bit. But I like that. So Darnold, yes. Daniels, yes. You can pay up a little more. Daniel, you get 8,400 for Daniels. You get paid 300 more for Jackson.
Okay.
I don't mind that. And like you said, Herbert, I'm on board with that.
Yeah, for
Yep.
sure.
And Stafford is almost a must play in DraftKings.
On DraftKings. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep. All right. Oh, don't play Russell Wilson.
Yeah, definitely not. I'm definitely not playing Russell Wilson. Yeah.
He's a hard
Goes without saying. I think Justin Fields might even get in that game tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, they're talking about that earlier. Yesterday and today I was listening to that. If things are going awry, don't be surprised.
Yeah. So now we'll look at running back. Derrick Henry is my top running back this weekend. 8,200 on DraftKings, 9,800 on Fanduel. So steep price over there, and 36 on Yahoo. So he's expensive, but going up against the Steelers, he's already faced them twice this year. Faced him a couple weeks ago. He had 24 carries for 162 yards, 23.9 DraftKings points. So 23.9. He didn't even get in the end zone at all. So I would expect him to get in the end zone at least once tonight. He's averaged 28.2 DraftKings points in his last 3 games. So I like Derrick Henry a lot. I also like Bucky Irving against Washington. I think that's a good matchup for him there. Now, if you want to look at some value and some sleeper plays, Jalen Warren, I think, is a decent sleeper. Jaleel McLaughlin against Buffalo. And I think Emmanuel Wilson is a nice sleeper. Super cheap, just kind of works to make your lineup come together. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to get a few extra carries than people think and maybe even get in the end zone. So I like those plays as my running back sleepers.
Yeah, no problem there at all that, Josh. Maybe we're reading the same thing today. You can sprinkle in a little Justice Hill.
I think so too. I have him as one of my plays on today's slate, actually. So
can I throw a bold prediction out, and we'll continue on of running back because we basically agree on everything. 2 things.
Yeah,
Kyrie Williams will get in the end zone on Monday.
Yeah.
But my bold prediction: Derrick Henry over 80 yards in the first half.
First half. Okay.
There you go.
I like that.
Can we move on?
Is that your bold prediction for running back or your bold prediction for the week? Because we got our bold prediction for the week too.
That's my bold prediction for the week. That's a pretty bold prediction.
Over 80 yards in the first half? Yeah, that is pretty bold for sure.
Generally, Henry
third against the run. I mean, they have a pretty good run defense. But
yeah, last time they played, the first game, like Henry had 89 yards.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
That's a lot.
162 last time. So
yeah.
We'll see how it goes. No, they're actually 6. They fell off a little bit, probably because of Derrick Henry.
Yeah, and being behind too.
Yeah. All right, so we'll move on to wide receiver. Puka Nacua is going to be my top wide receiver. 7,600 on DraftKings, 8,700 on FanDuel, $38 on Yahoo. The Vikings have allowed the most fantasy points to wide receivers this year. In Week 8, he had 7 catches on 9 targets for 21.1 DraftKings points. So I like Nacua if you're paying up at wide receiver. Not as high on A.J. Brown. He's been dealing with an injury, and I think that Green Bay is going to kind of try to do what they did to Minnesota with Jefferson last time. You know, they doubled him, and I think they'll try to take away A.J. Brown like that. So I'm not as high on A.J. Brown, not as high on Cooper Kupp. I do like Jefferson. I think that, you know, if you can afford him, he's a solid play, obviously. And then Mike Evans, I'm not as high on. Marshawn Lattimore has a history of doing really well against him.
Gosh, does he?
Yeah, he really does. So I do like, speaking of that, I do like Jalen McMillan. He's 5,200 on DraftKings, 6,400 on FanDuel, $27 on Yahoo. He's averaged 19.2 DraftKings points over his last 5 games. So he's definitely stepped up as that number 2 wide receiver while Chris Godwin has been out. So I think McMillan's going to see a lot of targets. K. Dotton could be back. It looks like he will be back for Tampa.
Yeah,
so that's probably
he will be.
McMillan a little bit because he's been out for the last several weeks. But
yeah,
I still like McMillan. Like I said, Evans is in a tough matchup against Lattimore. And I just think that Lattimore is able to get in his head, really, and get him frustrated. So So
yeah,
one's going to be my value wide receiver this week.
yeah,
Also,
and that
Olamide Zaccheaus. He's stepped up lately for
he
Washington.
has.
Like him quite a bit. And with Watson out for Green Bay, I think Malik Heath is a nice sleeper. 3,600 on DraftKings, 4,300 on Fanduel, and $10 on Yahoo. So
No, that's one I didn't see.
yeah, probably not. But that's
No.
a Packer fan's perspective. But he's one of the cheapest receivers on all three sites. So I think he'll get a few red zone targets. He's pretty good in the red zone. And if he gets a touchdown, I mean, that's really all you need. So kind of like a punt play almost.
Yeah, I mean, we can almost do a game by game breakdown, but I do think that they're going to have the tight ends more in focus in Green Bay, and the number 2, number 3 running backs in Green Bay will get more targets possibly.
Yeah, Wilson.
What are your thoughts on that? Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Wilson and Brooks have both been getting quite a few carries at the end of the year. I do think it's going to be pretty heavy for Josh Jacobs if they can, if they can get the running game going.
Oh yeah.
Philadelphia is going to definitely do everything they can to shut that down, though. So that's why I like Wilson and Brooks for that matter too, because they can get them involved in the passing game. I mean, Jacobs can be in the passing game too, but Wilson and Brooks are a little bit better suited for the passing game. So I like
they might
both of them.
They might go with 2 running backs back there.
Yeah, they definitely could.
I mean, we're talking a good-minded head coach. That's all. That's a head coach out there.
Yeah,
and I like it. I like that.
I think he's going to run a lot of jet sweeps. Jaden Reed's going to be heavily involved in this game, and but I definitely think that they're going to do everything they can to get Josh Jacobs going on the ground. So
okay, I'm going to go over my receivers real quick, and then we'll get going. Sorry about running behind there on that. Puka Nacua just said going against the 32nd ranked defense. He ate Minnesota up last game.
Yeah,
do you recall last game when the Rams announced that they're going to have their 2 receivers back for the game?
Yeah.
The Vikings had 1 day's notice, and the Vikings had to travel to LA.
Yeah.
So how many games did they practice against both receivers coming back? 0. Okay. Brian Murphy, did he make the Pro Bowl?
Yep, he did.
Could be a Puka.
I'm
fading him.
Okay.
Cooper Kupp, well fun.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp's not really been doing much of anything lately.
No, he doesn't need to. He's against the other quarterbacks in Minnesota. They're trash.
Yeah. Well, he'll be against Gilmore probably.
Sure. Gilmore's the best matchup for Cooper Kupp he can have. Because Gilmore is falling off a cliff in the second half. He's worn down. And every receiver's getting open when they want to throw it to that way. So, I mean, Kupp at 7K is a little overpriced, but I'll be honest. Puka Nacua is uncoverable one-on-one.
Yeah.
So I would not fade him hard. I just do a
light fade.
But I'll fade him. I'll play him in half my lineup.
Okay.
I'm not Evans hard fade, Brown hard fade. My favorites are McConkey, McLaurin, Sutton, Addison.
Yeah, I like McConkey too. I didn't mention him, but I like McConkey too.
Yeah. McMillan. Bateman.
Okay. Yeah, Bateman for sure with Zay Flowers out, which I don't think but Zay Flowers is out for Baltimore.
Yeah. And he's like a touchdown hawk.
He is.
And I do think Baltimore's tight ends are in play for that. We do our 2 brains. All right.
Okay.
And Bucky Irving.
Baltimore tight ends, Ravens defense. I also like Zach Ertz. We're talking about tight ends. I also like Zach Ertz.
Yeah, let's go to Ertz.
Likely was my value play, so I like that.
I do too.
Bills defense, I think, is in play. Ravens defense obviously is the top defense this weekend. And then I like the Rams defense, and it's mainly because of sacks. I know last time they played, they got to Sam Darnold quite a few times, and I can see them doing that again. But they're super cheap too, so we've done really well with our cheap defenses. So I kind of like going back to cheap defense on the DraftKings site, especially. So that'll bring us to our predictions. First of all, I want to check the chat. Okay, we don't have any more chat. I've got my lock of the week is going to be Buffalo over Denver. My upset is going to be Washington at +3 over Tampa. And my bold prediction is 3 road teams are going to win this weekend. I don't know which ones, but I'm going to say 3 road teams win this weekend. So basically,
well, you've got Minnesota and the Rams game already locked up, then, buddy.
I don't have it locked up.
Well, yeah, they're both on the road.
Well, you know what I mean. The Rams are the home team in that matchup to me. So
you like that though? Yeah.
Yeah. But 3 road teams. Whether they're in the neutral site game or not, we'll see.
Yeah.
But 3 road teams on the road this week going to win.
Well, I don't know about 80% of my pickups this year. When I get them in on time, I get it.
On ESPN, is that what you play?
Oh, Yahoo.
Yeah, me too. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm at 80% now, and I missed.
Yeah, I went 15.
I didn't get in time.
I went 15-1 in week 17, and then I went like 7-9 or whatever last week. It was terrible.
Yeah, week 17, I was in the hospital, so I didn't get any picks in.
Oh man, yeah. Last week was tough because you had
that dropped me.
Teams that were not trying to win, teams that were half trying to win, like the Packers. Like it was just a mess. I hate it.
But it made it a little challenging, a little more fun, and I went from like 104th in all the Yahoo pick'ems, and now I'm just now I'm not anywhere impressive anymore. Anyways, so I just go over my picks first. Chargers, Baltimore, Buffalo. Boy, I hate to take Philly, but I think Philly's going to squeak it out by a point.
I did too. Man, I have the Eagles 24-23, so we both have them winning by a point.
Yeah, and then I do have Tampa losing to Washington, and the Rams beating Minnesota.
Okay.
So I don't know if
they're both winning. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're going to be. The Rams coach knows the Vikings coach.
Yeah.
And I think the run pass combination on the Rams, and then they get pressure up the middle. And that worries me a ton against Sam Darnold because we saw what Detroit did.
Right.
And the Rams defense is a whole lot better than Detroit's.
True.
So, and I don't know where Sam Darnold's head is. And then you got Aaron Jones who's banged up. Still playing okay. But banged up. He's like Dobbins. I'm not going to have Dobbins or Aaron Jones in any lineup.
Yeah.
100% fade on those. So my bold prediction, I'll go Aaron Jones under 50 yards. I did my bold prediction. But my big upside is Washington winning outright. And I think that's going to be a shootout.
I do too, but we both have Washington, so that's interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Let's go to Prizepicks. So I've got Ladd McConkey more than 49.5 receiving yards. That's a goblin play. That's going to be
my goodness,
pretty easy, I would think. Unless Stingley just shuts him down. I mean, it's possible, I guess, but I still think for 49.5. Saquon Barkley more than 89.5 rushing yards. I definitely like him over that number, even though the Packers' run defense is much improved. I like him over that number for sure. Jalen McMillan more than 11.5 fantasy score. That's using DraftKings scoring. So it's a point per reception. So I like that a lot. And then Puka Nacua more than 79.5 receiving yards. So just trying to spread it out throughout the whole weekend. I have a lot more plays for our members. We hit on a 4 play last night on NBA, so that was pretty nice. Schroeder ended up going under. That was my initial pick, so sometimes it's best to stick with your gut. But, that was a little surprising that he didn't go over when I saw that Curry and Draymond and all those guys were out. But he was shocking to me because whenever Steph's been out
or when he's been a lead point guard,
Mm-hmm.
he's averaged 34.5 or something like that, 34.6.
Right.
And he did that last night.
He's not caught on in Golden State for whatever reason, but I'm sure he will eventually, but he's just had a slow start. So
yeah.
Well, let's get to our Two Brains lineups. So for FanDuel, we're going to do the Saturday through Monday, so all 6 games. And I think I picked first last time, so I will let you pick first this time.
McDaniels, your turn. No, Jane Daniels, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. I thought I had this pulled up already.
Okay. A lot of interesting choices at running back.
Yeah, there are. I'm taking Henry. I know he's super expensive, but I think he's the best running back this weekend.
And I'll do Warren, and you can continue at receiver.
Warren, okay. Take McMillan.
You know what I like about Warren?
What's that?
The ball. He'll also catch the ball.
Yeah, for sure. So I took McMillan at wide receiver.
Yep. Bateman.
Who is that?
Rashad Bateman.
Bateman, okay.
A lot of receivers out there. What takes Zacharias?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Ravens defense first.
Let's do that for sure. What are they? Wow, they're 5,000 out.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
I like Fanduel's pricing. I do. It's fair.
Any other defense that you like besides Baltimore? Go a little bit cheaper, maybe the Chargers, you think, or?
I'm thinking. Can I pull up my model here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I downloaded that earlier. I did a little mistake, everybody. When I downloaded my model, I did it for the rest of the entire playoffs.
Oh, wow.
Don't judge me. Yeah, one of those mornings. I had it done last night, and then I reran it because I didn't think AJ Brown was going to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got the Chargers, Vikings, Texans. Interesting. And Packers, not the Packers.
No.
Do you like that? Not the Packers.
No.
Josh, let's do the Chargers. I don't mind.
Okay.
But one of my sneaky thoughts was, what? Wow. Oh, hang on that.
Who are you going to say is a sneaky play?
Well, the Charger would be number 2. Ravens, Chargers, and then you have the Bills, but only $200 discount.
Yeah.
So let's do Chargers. Let's do Chargers, Josh.
Okay. All right. So, especially with Zay Flowers out, I think Mark Andrews is going to be a key play.
Well, yeah, you did defense. And then I'll give you Andrews.
Oh, yeah, I did defense. So, yeah, you take the next pick. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'll do Andrews. Okay, your turn.
Okay.
I'm going to do receiver.
5,600. So that leaves us with 7,500 for the flex. So go ahead and take the flex play.
Is that you, Josh?
No, I think that was you.
No, the shaking. That's your dog.
Oh, it might have been.
Might have been, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh man. We
You
have.
can take McConkey.
Yeah, I was thinking him and Mixon actually.
Yeah, do you want to go with Mixon or McConkey?
Oh, McConkey. I really think that he'll be tough to cover.
Okay, so we'll move.
Now,
Ideally,
ideally,
we'll move McMillan to wide receiver, and then we'll put. We'll move McConkey to wide receiver, and we'll put McMillan in the flex. Is what I meant to say.
yeah, and I'm just thinking here, Josh. Okay, now because I do want to get to Puka. Which one is
Oh, you want to get to Puka?
Puka and Sutton? I like. All right.
Well, if we go to Kyron, I think we can get there. If we go from Derrick Henry to Kyron.
Yeah, then we got 2 Rams. I don't like that.
Oh yeah, you're right. What if we go to Cook? I don't really like Cook against Denver though.
It's okay.
What about Bucky?
I like Bucky Irving, but I like Kenny a lot more.
Yeah.
What is Bucky? 76 or $100 off?
Yeah,
Why would you?
Well, 100 off. 100 off. Okay.
Let's take Bateman out of there. We already got 3 Baltimore in there.
Actually, I'm gonna take.
Take Bateman out regardless. Okay.
Oh, we got 3 Baltimore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with Jaden Reed went off against Philly last time, so I think they might try to stop him. But Romeo Doubs has kind of been Love's guy. So
he really has
with Romeo.
And then do you want to keep McConkey?
Well, we can either do that or we can move McMillan to wide receiver and put Bucky Irving in.
And Washington got like it. I do like that.
So we're going to move McConkey out and put McMillan in and put Bucky at the flex.
Like it.
Okay. It's more of a GPP play that way too. So
yeah, I think it's a really good.
And we still got Zacchaeus in there for Daniels. So
right. Yep.
So we got Daniels, Henry, Warren, McMillan, Dobbs, Zacchaeus, Andrews, Irving, and the Chargers defense.
And take the over on the Minnesota Rams, take the over at Washington Tampa, and you might want to take the under in the rest of the games.
I would agree. Anyone in the chat that's not currently in our Discord? I don't see. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if Rodney is in the Discord right now. So, or DePrince. So either one of you guys, if you're not currently in our Discord, hit me up on X at DFS Coach Talk, and I'll get you in there for a week.
Yeah, or
guys, or anyone else that watches this, if you want to get in our Discord, hit us up at DFS Coach Talk on X, and we'll be glad to get you in our Discord. And any last minute thoughts before we get out of here?
No, Prince, you can also just message me in the Discord directly. I got you as a friend.
Okay.
And don't overlook Jordan Addison. He may have a huge game against the Rams, so don't overlook that. We didn't play any Vikings, but that's fine. But I think for one, it could go off
too. But it's hard to play with 6 playoff games. It's hard to get everybody in there.
It is, but people play more than people play the 5. They'll play the Monday night. But I think Addison's going to go over 100.
Right.
Yeah,
he's had a couple down games. He's due for a big game. Mm-hmm. I can definitely see that. So.
And the Rams, I don't recall if they have Ramsey at corner still, right?
What's that?
The Rams cornerback is Ramsey, their top one, right?
No,
or they trade him.
They've got
Young right
now,
or is that the one? The young guy.
They've got Darius Williams, and a kilo Weatherspoon.
Yeah, I think Jordan Addison might go up, but I definitely think Jefferson's going to go up on him again.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I like them both.
It's
but
just
we'll worry
hard to
about
be up for both. Like, I'd love to have Henry and Jefferson both, but then
would.
the rest of our lineup's going to look, like a bunch of 4-string wide receivers and stuff. So
Yeah, unless you're playing DraftKings, yes.
yeah, unless you're playing DraftKings, because DraftKings' pricing is pretty soft. So
yeah.
So I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Once again, our thoughts and prayers out to everybody in California. I hope they get that resolved as soon as possible. And hope everybody enjoys Wild Card Weekend. It should be an awesome weekend. A lot of games to watch. A lot of got the college football playoffs have been going on too. It's been really good. The game last night was pretty crazy. I didn't expect it to be that close, honestly, but Texas came to play. It was a good game. So hope everybody enjoys the Wild Card Weekend. We'll be back again next week for Divisional Weekend as we look to crush it in NFL, DFS, and Prizepicks. Have a great day.
And one other thing, Josh, real quick.
Go ahead.
There's some really great odds also going on, like you were mentioning, on their sponsor. Take advantage of that this weekend.
Okay. Odds on what now?
That you were giving out earlier, remember?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, on the Prizepicks plays.
Take advantage of that. Get on Prizepicks, do their promo code, get in there, and just make some money. Yeah,
promo code is DFS Coach Talk, all one word. So you sign up on Prizepicks for the first time, promo code Coach Talk. They'll match your deposit, I believe, up to 100%. So definitely take advantage of that. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll be back again next week as we look to crush it in NFL, DFS, and Prizepicks. Have a great day. Thank you.
Yep, thank you, guys.